Hello and welcome to another video tutorial on data analysis. Today we are going to talk about Excel with data analysis. Today let's talk about more of formula in Excel. Functions, formula, some of the cool formula used by most data folks, okay? First, let's start with the length, okay? The length function in Excel is a simple yet powerful tool that is used to count the number of characters in a text string, including space and characters. So now let's talk about len function. Len function. So one thing we need to know is that len function returns the number of characters in a text string. Okay, so now let's demonstrate an example of it. So now I have a product called Fanta. Okay, now what len function we do, it will what? The number of the character of this word. Okay, so now let's do that. So I'm going to use my is equals to, that's the first, then type my len. Okay, then click on it. Then I need to select the cell, which is what? D4. Click, and then I need to close the brackets. All. So all I need to do now is to execute it, and it shows me the length of the character of that word called Fanta. So enter. So we have 5. So in summary, what len does is that it returns the number of any character depending on what we specify on, okay? The replace function in Excel is used to replace part of a string text with another text string based on specified starting points and lengths. Okay, let's talk about replace. Now, what the replace function does is that it replaces text string with another text string. Okay, let's demonstrate one of the example. Let me start with Jamlin, okay, and then is equals to replace. Okay, now the first thing is I need to select the cell of the original word, okay, which is what? E11. That is the cell, so I give it a comma, okay? Now, the next stage now is to select the starting point of what I want to replace. And the starting point is from, I'm going to start from, we have jam meaning, right? So I'm going to start from the M, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to start from 4, which is the M, so I'm going to put 4 and hit comma. Now, the next stage is the number of character I want to replace. So I'm replacing 1, 2, 3, 4. So which is M-A-N-Y. So I'm replacing 4 character. So I'm going to put 4. Okay, give it a comma. Now, the next stage now is the new text I want to use to replace the M-A-N-Y, which is 4 character. So I'm going to put more, create a double quote, then give it more. Then close the double quote and close the bracket. That's all. Do you see that? So this is what replace does, okay? We use replace to do what? To replace a text string with another text string, okay? So what we have was Jamlin. Now we replace the M-A-N-Y using our replace function, and we give it jam more. Okay, so replace is a very fantastic tool you can use to replace string with another string, okay? So that's how replace work. The substitute function in Excel is used to replace occurrence of specified text string within another text string, unlike the replace function, which is based on position and length of the text. The substitute function works based on matching text pattern. Okay, let's talk about the substitute function. Okay, this substitute function in Excel is used to replace occurrence of specified text string within another text string. Okay, unlike replace function, which is based on position and length, but this is text for text. Okay, so right now let's get to the example. Now I have what we call region here. That's my D2, and I have northeast. Okay, so now I want to replace the east with south. So now let's get to it. So I'm going to use my equals to, substitute is already there. And first, remember you have to select your cell, which is what? D2. That's number 1. Then you give it a comma. Then the next step now is to type the word you want to replace, which is the existing one. So I'm going to give it a quote. I'm replacing east. Okay? Then give it a comma. Now, the new word you want to use to replace the east, that is the next option. So I'm going to put a double quote again, then give it south. Then close the double quote and close the bracket. So what this means is I'm substituting from which cell, which is what? D2, which is at region, okay, is a table, so that's why you're seeing it at region, okay? So now, what exactly do I want to substitute? So I'm substituting my east, which is EAST, in double quote. I have it here, then give it a comma. Now the next stage is, what is that new word you want to use to replace the east? Now you have it here, which is south, in double quote. So now let's execute it. Do you see that? So all I have here is what? North, south, north, south, north, south, north, south. So in summary, like I said, what substitute function does is used to replace occurrence of a specified text string within another text string. Okay, so this is just a fantastic example over here. So this is how it works. The now function in Excel is used to return the current date and time. This function is dynamic and updates automatically whenever the worksheet is recalculated or opened. It's particularly useful for tracking the exact time an action was performed or creating timestamp record. Okay, now let's talk about the now function in Excel. So we use that to return the current date and time, okay? And basically, it's particularly useful for tracking the exact time an action was performed or for creating timestamp records, okay? So this is very straightforward. So we just use is equals to, now is a function, okay? So that's it. Then you close the bracket and you execute. Perfect. So what this does, like I said, it returns the current date and times. This is a fantastic tool you can use to get exact time of an action. Okay, this is it. The today function in Excel is used to return the current date. It automatically updates whenever the worksheet is recalculated or open. Today function in Excel is used to return current dates, okay? Just like we have in now function, which return date and time. But what today function does, it returns just the current date. So it automatically updates whenever the worksheet is recalculated or open. So this is also straightforward. So let's start. So equals to today, this is it, is a function. And you close the bracket, then you execute it. Okay, expand it. Now you can see. So today, 6/19/2024. So these tools, today's function and now function, are very powerful. You can use them in all kind of record, okay? You can use them to create timestamp record, okay? So that's it. The run between function in Excel generate a random integer between the specified lower and upper bounds. Okay, let's talk about run between function in Excel. So this generates random integer between the specified lower and upper bounds. So what this means is that you can use this to generate list of number, random list of number. Okay, so now let's assume we have is equals to rand between. Okay, now the question now is, from which number to which number do you want to create a random list of? Okay, like we have the lower number and the higher number. So we call it the bottom bound and the top bound. Okay, so for example, I'm starting from 1 to 50. So I want the run between to give me a random number between 1 to 50. Okay, so now execute it. What do you see? We have 25. Okay, let's try it again and see. Rand between, okay, the same number. Let's choose from 1 to 50 again and close the bracket. What do you see? We have 38, 36. So what this does, like I said, it creates like a prediction of a number. Okay, it generates a random integer, not decimal, random integer between the specified lower and upper bounds. And I said your lower and upper bound means your bottom and top number, meaning from the lowest to the highest. So that is what it does. Okay, it's a very useful tool you can use, okay, to automate a cell or to build a random number. The run array function in Excel is used to generate an array of random list of number, and this function is useful for creating random data sets, performing simulations, and testing formulas. Run array function in Excel is used to build a random list of number. Okay, this is different. A random list of number. Run array function is very powerful. Okay, you can use it in creating a random data set, performing simulation and testing formula. Okay, now let's do this. So is equals to rand. Okay, this is it. Run array. Then the next thing is the number of row you want. Okay, I want like 20. Okay. The number of column, I want like 5, okay? Then the minimum number you want to build the list for, okay? I want from 1 to the maximum, I want 100. And the next stage is, do you want an integer or decimal? So I want an integer, so that's true. Then you close the bracket. Then let's execute it. That's it. This is how it works. So you can see that it builds a random list of number from 1 to 100. Okay? So this is how powerful it works. Okay? So run array function, like I said, it generates random list of number. Okay? So, and these numbers are useful for creating random data sets. So this is cool. Thank you. Please kindly subscribe, like, and share for more videos. Thank you.